CIA, it's now been declassified, we already knew this, put out ugly art, ugly music on purpose to screw up the world so people couldn't differentiate good from evil. That was declassified last year. And you can put out whatever ugliness you want, but on average, people resonate with what's beautiful. They wanted us to see no difference between something ugly and something beautiful. That's why Gerald Celente talks about you start by dressing nice, having respect for yourself, turning off your television more, talking to your neighbors, buying local. He's going to cover the waterfront with us. Emma's just spent a few minutes on this and go to Gerald, the last caller, and he said, look, I got a beef. You talk about how the elite are into the occult, how the elite are into Satanism because it's all about them and dominating others and pure power. But then you say, even if there isn't a devil or a God, humans in this archetype, a.k.a. Joseph Campbell, a.k.a. Carl Jung, the psychology, are manifesting it, and cultures manifest the same tyrannies over and over again. You have the rise of Greece, city-states, and then decline, same decadence. The rise of the Roman Republic, incredible moral science, honorable people, become corrupt, degenerate again, and collapse. The same cycle. And they always get into the same behavior. Aztecs, Mayans, African tribes, human sacrifice, dominance, serial killer type sadists get in control and set up systems where people submit to them. And the whole world becomes a system based on the likes and dislikes and the palate, the taste of the worst people in society. All that evil men and tyrants need to flourish is that good men and women do nothing. So I am a Christian, raised a Christian, and I believe in the teachings of Christ, and I personally have had spiritual experiences that are private. But I don't put people down who don't believe it or who question it because of the corrupt churches and the whole system. I don't judge them as bad as the state-run religion is in this country across the board. Not just Christianity. They've infiltrated all the groups, the Muslims, the Hindus. The atheists have kind of become the Democratic type, a government-worshiping group. We've had famous atheists on who actually agree with that, like Stefan Molyneux. He says, no, it's true. They just get rid of God and then worship the state. That's why you say you have God-given rights because that's above the state. So if you don't believe in God, but in a system of God-given rights, you're a humanist. You are on top, not the state. So my issue is the system wants to get rid of the real teachings of Christ. I believe in God. I know it's real, but I don't get mad at Jesse Ventura, who's my friend, who doesn't believe in it. I don't get mad at people. So all I'm saying is, whether you believe in the devil or not, there is human destructive parasitic enslavement systems going into place that we should morally say are wrong. Well, they tell you in psychology, there is no right and wrong, there is no morals, but do what we say or you're racist. Turn your guns in or you're, blah, blah, blah. It's all guilting. They just don't want you to have a moral compass that you set so they can set yours for you. That's what I'm saying. So that's the issue. I'm an inclusive broadcast here. And I don't judge people that believe in other things. I believe enough in my thoughts and in what I'm trying to put out that I believe it's going to lead people more to my point of view, but I'm not going to beat them over the head with it. Some of the most corrupt, out of control people are these churches and these clergy response teams and these systems. It's all a bunch of Pharisees, just like in Christ's time, up on the hill saying, I pray in public, I'm good, everybody else is bad. That would make me an atheist looking at those people.
I agree with you 100%. You believe what you believe in. You don't tell anybody else what they should believe in, and you live by it. And that's really all it's about. And the people that proselytize, that's their own trip, and they shouldn't throw it on anybody else. And it's, only speaking for myself, because the motto of the Trends Journal, think for yourself. And my definition of hell is taking that last breath and knowing that you lied to yourself and you weren't the person who you said you were or could have been. And when all of these people talk about, the politicians particularly, what will their legacy be? How will history judge them? History doesn't judge you. You judge yourself. What's your legacy? Ask your soul. Who could care less?
Are you proud of what you've done? Gerald, I know you coined that statement you say when you come on this show. Repeat that again, because I think that is a great, profound description of life and sums up what all honorable men and women believe in, is that I make mistakes in the passion. I'm not perfect. But in the final equation, I really want people to succeed. I want to be good. I want to leave the world a better place than I came in. Because of my ancestors, so many of them were so honorable. It's about your family name. It's about class. Go ahead.
Well, you know, it's interesting you say that. You know, every morning I meditate, and it's try to clear my mind. You know, I want to keep the movie playing all the time, so I try to quiet it. And something I got into probably within the last year, you know, the guys have been up here to the Trends Research Institute, and I have a wall of the ancestors, my grandparents, my great-grandmother, my parents, aunts and uncles. And I'm looking at it one day, and I said to myself, all I am are their DNA. I didn't get here on my own. This isn't my, I just didn't pop out of there. You know, it's all of this DNA. So I've got into the custom of every day and continually thinking throughout the day of thanking them for all that they've given me and all that they've taught me. Because all I am, as I see it, again, not speaking for anyone, is parts of them and a respect for the elders. For all I remember my father, may his soul rest in peace, I'd be complaining about something. And he said, you know, you're always bitching and moaning about something. He said, I'm going to tell you something. I do 100 times more for you than my dad did for me. And it was true. And they came here as immigrants. They lost everything. They were upstate New York. They came as farmers, and they got wiped out in floods. And, you know, they had to separate the kids, and they grew up with aunts and uncles, you know. So I appreciate, and now as I become an adult, I understand more and more what they did give me. And as you mentioned, I'm not close to the guy that I was when I was in my, growing up. Yeah, I look back at the things that I did, oh my God, I did that, So to me, it's about leaving this life on a high note. And the high note is simply being true to yourself. You know the truth within. Everybody does. Everybody knows it. You could BS all you want. Man, when the lights go out and if you have time to think of that last thought, you're going to know what truth or lies are.
Symbols are powerful, and the globalists have hijacked the symbols of America. They've turned them into their own symbols. Well, we are restoring the idea of the true republic, not the counterfeit globalist empire, by promoting the icon George Washington and others. That's why we're rolling out an 100% made in America line of incredible pro-liberty apparel. We are repopularizing liberty. We are helping fellow Americans rediscover what made this country great. We are the spirit of 1776. We are 1776 worldwide. We are all brothers and sisters in arms in the animating contest of liberty in the long march towards humanity's ultimate destiny of freedom. Visit madein1776.com today and vote with your dollars to promote truly made in America, high quality products, and promote the ideals of liberty.